Hello, my name is John Rose, and I'm with my little girl Sienna again today. And I brought some more watermelon. This is 2 days in a row that I've been out at the same spot eating watermelon from the same place, down from Edinburgh, Texas. It's on the cover, on the tag, it has Texas Treat. So we got several Texas treats here today. Some watermelon, my girl, and myself. And, of course, a solid food vacation. Now, today I'd like to tell you a little bit more about this watermelon. As I mentioned yesterday, it's the highest food in glutathione. It provides nutrients to help men with erectile dysfunction. Relatively high in protein considering, but not very high in calories. Now this time I have 100 ounces. It has 75 ounces yesterday. 5 ounces shy of 5 pounds. Now I'm 4 ounces over 6 pounds. 6 pounds would be 96 ounces. So 6 pounds and 4 ounces. 6 1/4 ounces of really yummy watermelon. And again, this came from Edinburgh, Texas. That's down the valley here, Rio Grande Valley. Anytime I see melons coming from Edinburgh, I get real excited. I know they're going to be good. And since this is so good for men who are having trouble with getting an erection, I thought I'd go ahead and follow that up and talk a little bit about semen retention as well as sexual thrusting. Now I know semen retention is a very important topic for a lot of young men. They want to know if they're making mistakes early on in life by having too much sex. And Dr. Norman Walker and Dr. Herbert Shelton were sure against wasting the semen. And Walker pointed out that 20% of the semen is cerebral spinal fluid, so if we lose too much of this, we're losing lecithin and cerebral spinal fluid, which is a very special type of lymph fluid that helps cushion the brain. And some people believe that if you waste this, so if we waste this, you stay there, baby. I lost my pivot point. I might have to start all over. But we'll see if I can salvage this. A big gust of wind came along and blew me over. I'm gonna see if I keep it going. Are you okay, little girl? So where was I? Yes. Some people think, oh my God, you're going to become weak mentally. You're going to lose your memory if you waste this special fluid and become weak. And the ancient Taoists also believed in this too. They understood the importance of not having any type of leakage and saving the semen. They believed that our two strongest desires, food and sex, if they're abused, they'll take us to the grave the fastest. Now, the problem on the sexual end didn't have to do with women, it had to do with men because we have a leakage. And from a woman's point of view, she's got a benefit. She's getting all those good fluids. Well, there are techniques you can use so you don't have leakage. And you can also prolong your sexual act and make sure the woman gets satisfied. Very interesting. A real old emperor a couple thousand years ago, 3,000 years ago, came up with a great idea. Hired these 3 women to create a sex manual for him. Said, you guys are the experts. Come on, tell us what to do. Man, we ain't got one of those. Tell us what to do. You know, when something happens, put your leg up over here or something. Let us know. We're lost. So they came up with this manual. And what was really interesting is they came up with these different style of thrusting and length of thrusting. They had shallow thrust and deep thrust. And this is important, men, because most of you guys are all about me, 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 me. You see, there's two parts of the man's penis, the tip and the base. And when you're having intercourse, too many men are focusing on the tip. We'll say one is the tip and two is the base. And what the men are doing is one, 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 woo, woo, one, one. No, that's not how you do it. You go 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, or 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, or 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. See what I'm saying? You got to alter the thrusting styles. Now, what's the difference? Well, when you have a shallow penetration, you are actually penetrating deep, but you're rubbing the least sensitive part of a man's penis, the base, onto a woman's most sensitive area, her clitoral area. So what you want to do is stimulate her clitoris with the base of your penis with a shallow thrust, meaning you're inside deep. So the tip of your penis isn't moving around a whole lot, being stimulated. That's why you can go longer. Now, according to these manuals, to satisfy a woman, you got to thrust about 1,000 times. It should take you about a half hour. And their preferred styles was 3 shallow, 1 deep, 6 shallow, 2 deep. And then if you're really good at it, it'd be 9 shallow, 1 deep. And of course, the purpose of the deep thrust is when you have a deep thrust, then you're retrieving and coming to a shallow depth and going back in and plunging back in. So that gets you excited again. If you're only focusing on the tip of your penis, gentlemen, it's going to be hard to last very long because you're always being stimulated, and then you're not stimulating her in the right way. Now remember, the most important organ when it comes to sex is your brain, which I'm going to digress for a moment because some of you guys saying, hey, I lost my libido when I went to a raw vegan diet or when I did a juice fast. But you got to also remember, we don't live in a healthy environment anymore, where natural sex isn't really promoted the way it should be. And as a result, we have a lot of deviant sexual behavior and thoughts. So many times as you're getting cleaner, you might not be aroused anymore because you don't have any more of those deviant thoughts. And that ties into the research that was done with Francis Pottinger in the Pottinger cat study, where he put the cats on the raw food, cooked food. And the cooked food cats exhibited all the same problems we had, even behavioral problems. They had role reversals. The female cats acted more like men, and the male cats acted a little more like female. Put them back on raw food, and that all changed around. So that explains, in a way, why some people's libido might be down. But going back to the issue of semen retention and understanding how to use different thrusting styles, you can prolong the sex act much longer, and you can even avoid the leakage if that's what you want to do. Now for you guys, here's an idea. If you're concerned about your leakage and you're by yourself, well, don't throw it away, just use it like lotion and rub it back into your skin. Give that a try and you see if you think that might help. Otherwise, learn how to have an orgasm without a leakage. And I won't go into that in this video. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enjoy these 6 pounds and 4 ounces of watermelon from Edinburgh, Texas. Now this is a third more fruit that I had yesterday. It's from a different melon, but from the same location. So it has more like 737 calories instead of 553. 14 grams of protein instead of almost 11. People say, John, where do you get your protein? I can't eat like this, it's too complicated. No, it's not. This is it. This is a meal. This is a complete meal. You don't need anything else. Maybe someone who's there, what? So I hope that noise in the background doesn't pick up too well on this. You want some of this, girl? She'd be thirsty. This is like drinking water. Now it was 78 degrees when I woke up this morning, just before 7. It's going to be almost 90 at the peak of the day. And I am extremely comfortable because of the way I eat. One of the great things about a raw vegan lifestyle is you save a ton of money on hospital bills and medical bills, a fortune literally, and also on utility bills. I hardly ever have my AC set below 80. Most people have so much garbage on them, in them, around them, everything, they have to have it set in the 60s. As you start losing weight, getting healthier, it's in the 70s. Next thing you know, we're in the 80s. I'm amazed at how efficient my body is. I regulate my temperature. I'm not really perspiring anywhere, but if I get a little bit hot, I will, and then the breeze comes along, and it's just like as if someone turned the AC on. Now, there is one spot I am perspiring a little bit, and I'm quite uncomfortable in this area. It's where my shorts are at. So for all you bozos keep telling me put on a shirt, go frig yourself, man. Go fudge yourself. I feel like ripping off my shorts right now. I'm extremely comfortable everywhere except my shorts and then my socks. Many times I do take my socks off at this time. Surprised I haven't done that yet. Usually if I do break for an hour, I go ahead and take a break, and that gives my socks a chance to cool, dry out a little bit. But otherwise, clothes are so unnatural in the heat because we have to regulate our body temperature. And the way it works is we sweat, the air evaporates it, it cools it down. Well, my shorts are slightly wet because it's trying to get cool, but it's hotter. It's not working. Put on a shirt, go fudge yourself. Damn, I'm so tired of you bozos are being so brainwashed and conditioned to think you got to wear clothes that you think is unnatural to see someone without a shirt. I shouldn't have these stupid shorts on. It's a sad reflection of a species that's so ashamed of themselves that they have to wear clothes. Think about that one. And I'm sure very few ever have. So, one of the many benefits of eating a diet like this, you're more comfortable. The more you wear clothes, the weaker they become, and the less efficient they are at regulating body temperatures in hot and cold climates. Whoops. Hang on, you're ready for some more, aren't you? Hang on. There you go. Well, I'm not sure what else there is to say. Except check out The Tao of Health, Sex, and Longevity by Daniel Reed. And he goes over a lot of what I just shared with you today. He talks about the thrusting styles. Overall, it was one of my most impressive books I ever got in the beginning. Because it really talked about a lot of things. It talked about raw food, talked about fasting, talked about traditional Chinese medicine, how they are missing the boat, because before them, the ancient Taoists, they knew to eat raw food. Main reason why I bought the book, a third of it's based on breathing exercises. I did a special video on learning to breathe through the diaphragm. And incorporating visualization at the same time. And when I first got this book, that's why I bought it. I was practicing an hour and a half of breathing exercises a day, controlled breathing, 11 hours a week. Got to a point where I have no consciousness at all of my trachea when I'm breathing. I feel like my mouth is right here. When I take a breath, I feel it right from my diaphragm. That's where I feel the air coming in. Very important to learn to breathe with your diaphragm. You'll learn all about in that book. Also very important to learn different sexual thrusting styles. And again, for you guys, if you're afraid of losing your vital fluids, don't throw it away. If you're by yourself, just rub it right back in. It goes right back into the skin. Just like lotion. Put lotion on your skin. Where does it go? It disappears, right? Goes right back to where it came from. Remember, what's important, part of it is the cerebral spinal fluid. That's part of your lymph fluid. Put it on your skin, it goes right back in. No brainer. Well, what else can I say about that book? Actually, there were some other things that you women are going to really enjoy. And I guess that's about it. Overall, it's just it talks about the importance of squatting when you go to the bathroom. I was really surprised when I got that book. I wasn't expecting it to be such a good raw food book. So, got a bunch of noise in the background. I got a little girl here that doesn't even want to eat watermelon. I know she wants to do some walking. She's getting a little antsy. Again, I've already been biking for over 2 hours. Just about every time you see me eat, I've already got about a 2-hour bike ride in me. Or behind me. Under my belt. And I've got a whole lot of melon left over here. A lot of noise in the background. And a little girl I think I'm going to have to put on a leash so that she doesn't wander away. And I'll go ahead and start fast forwarding, and I'll see you when I slow it back down. I can't think of a better time to slow this thing back down when I got birds chirping on both sides, 2 different kinds. Lovely, beautiful, absolutely beautiful out here. Anyway, I just finished off over 6 pounds of watermelon. I'm 6 pounds heavier now. Oh, baby, that's half my dog's weight. Well, today was very similar to yesterday. I had a liter of vegetable juice in the morning. Went for a couple-hour bike ride, about an hour away home. I'm about an hour away from home, and I just had my watermelon like I did yesterday, and I'll go home and have some more vegetable juice and go for another bike ride, have some more watermelon. Perfect day for me. Now that's the best way to be healthy. Got to be active. Got to enjoy your day. Got to have a good attitude. Got to learn to have a Texas treat. Get your melon from Edinburgh. Then work on that semen retention and those different thrusting techniques. And when you can perfect that, my friend, everyone you know, including yourself, will be in for a treat. To put things in perspective for you, show you what kind of view I have and where I've been sitting. Again, I'm sitting over here. And where's that sun at? And then what you're seeing, this is the bike trail. These two people just passed me. This is the bike trail that's right in front of me. There's the bayou. And this is the view of the trail as it goes up that way. And then you'll see my bike right over there. People wonder how you're getting that dog around. I got a basket in the front. And this is where I was sitting. And right now I'm on the bike trail. So you get an idea of how far I am eating from everyone. And then this is what I got right behind me. The breeze you hear are these trees here. Unfortunately you hear it on the mic too, but it sure does sound nice up in the trees, doesn't it? Okay, my friends, we'll leave you on that. Remember, folks, it's not easy making lifestyle changes. So what's the best approach? Solid food vacation. That's right, my friends. Playlist down below. Don't forget. Check out the seminar. Listen to the Dr. Robe interview. Watch the ladies on the Deborah Duncan show get rid of their varicose veins, bunions. Exciting stuff. So be happy, be well, and eat more raw food.